Over the 8 days I've been skiing with my digital ski coach, I've developed a better feeling for my fore and aft, and also how I roll gently with my feet. Next thing I have improved, I have a greater feeling of how much pressure is suitable for my skiing. Sometimes I'm overcooking it, sometimes underdoing it. And then I also discovered that being in the top 1% of skiers isn't good enough. I wanted to push it and reach new heights in my ski IQ. This metric has been pushing me to ski better and hopefully become a better skier. The first issue that my digital ski coach uncovered was my poor use of my feet. We ski instructors, we love to unbuckle the boots of our students to make them A, stop being backseated, and B, to like really roll from big toe to little toe, so you use your feet. But also, as you go into the turn and have the most edge angle there in the beginning, you want to have a lot of forward stance, and then it decreases a little bit that you stand more centered, and at the end of the turn you stand more on the heel. For you have seen the one mistake advanced skiers do. I have a lot of forward stance and I really had to work on finishing on the heel. But here, that forward stance is only on the shin and not on the foot. So the first thing we did for me here was that I unbuckled the boots to activate my feet again, to work on the foot roll score and also the fore and aft.
I was surprised to find out that I had got into the lazy habit of not standing on or really using my feet as I know I should. So it was great for me to do the old-fashioned drill, unbuckle those boots and really stand on the feet. For me, it really helped my foot roll score and it felt great. However, I was still not really managing to get good forward balance or the fore and aft down. But I really recommend for you to try this no matter what level you are at, because it's so good practice. And this is what we did next to improve my fore-aft balance.
Currently, this is what it looks like. Now I'm playing with the toes in the boot. You see how it gets dark blue in the front. Now I go for maximum shin pressure. You can see how it lights up back in the heel. So when I think I get more forward stance, I actually get more heel pressure. We're guessing probably my skiing or the forward stance isn't bad, but I have a boot issue. So if you fix this, I may improve my feeling on the feet, rolling, standing on the front. Let's see if this works. Over to my buddies at Sport Beer. Put a little razor plate underneath the heel, but still, the more forward pressure I put in, there's a lot of pressure in the back. So now we're going to try to push out the heel part, so we make this angle less aggressive and a bit more flat. Maybe it'll help me stand more on the whole foot. We'll see tomorrow. I told them to go crazy, do it a bit extreme. You perhaps can see here. Now we're going to see if it works. So that's the pressure sensor. Stick him in. I have a bit of a better ability to stand on the front foot. And I was so happily surprised as soon as I went out to ski, I could feel the difference. It was easier now for me to feel the difference between when I finished the end of the turn a little bit more on the heel, and then I move forwards as I start the next turn. It felt really nice to feel it a little bit more after this little boot mod. I don't recommend that you do this boot mod straight away. You probably don't have this issue. It's kind of uncommon as far as I understand it. The third thing we did about this issue was the following. I used the digital ski coach to tell me after every turn how much fore and aft pressure I had. That is great because it's quite encouraging for me, because it has all this positive sounds like ding, ding, bam. So you hear when you do well and bad, and it keeps me motivated, so it's nice. All right, let's enjoy this pretty smooth blue run. let's get a little technical and nerdy and get some nice graphs out. Here we got a way better skier than me, who got a ski IQ of 162 and a rather high edge angle of 74 degrees. If we look at the red and the blue line, that is how high his edge angle is, kind of. So the higher the line goes, the bigger the edge angle, and the further it goes, the further throughout the turn it is. So we can see that 30 to 40% he has the highest edge angle. The two other lines that look kind of funny is his fore and aft pressure. So as he achieves the highest edge angle, he has more or less the highest forward pressure. And then that pressure moves more into the center of the foot, and then at the end of the turn, a bit more towards the heel. And then under here you see my graph before my boot mod, and it's an absolute mess. Basically what we can see here is that the more pressure I put on the ski, so I'm putting more pressure when the edge angle goes up, the more the forward pressure actually drops, because how the boot is deflecting that energy onto my heel in a kind of funny way. I still obviously have forward pressure on the shins and on the front of the ski, but it's not reflected on what my feet are doing, so I don't really feel what's going on here. Let's look at the after boot mod. Then it's starting to look a little bit more like it should, but it's a mess. You can tell my skiing isn't quite as clean as that other ambassador. Here, what's going on? As I reach the highest edge angle, I have a fair bit of forward pressure. And then, at least on my left turn, the forward pressure drops there later in the turn, like halfway through the turn, and then stays rather constant. And then it should, if I wasn't a better skier, drop more towards the heel at the end of the turn, which it doesn't, because I don't have quite that finesse yet. But I thought that's kind of cool, and I hope you enjoyed that little nerdy bit there. It at least helped me understand my own skiing a little bit better, and why I still have a long way to go to get to that level I want to have. Next bit. If you want to improve your skiing, maybe you want to join one of our ski technique camps for adults. There we put this Carv unit in your boots, so our coaches can tag along inside of your boots and see what's going on there. So we can see if our teaching is actually working for you, and then we can see the progress throughout the week. Or you just get one of these Carv things and work on it alone. The second ski issue it uncovered for me was my outside ski pressure.
One way I mess up the pressure is like here. I'm putting too much pressure on the outside ski, kind of pushing it away, which leads to not a clean carve. So that's suboptimal. And sometimes I have too little pressure, which is also lame because the skis won't grip the snow as well.
And I developed that by having him like read out to me after every turn how much outside ski pressure I had. And now I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell you what it was. So this is 60 degree outside pressure, 76, and I want to have it closer to 80. So I'm pressing a bit more on the dust. That's 80, 76, let's go a little harder. 77, a bit more speed for this, more pressure. 75, 72, 82. 81, which was actually better. So 81 is kind of what I want to, that's the sweet spot according to the Carv guys. It feels pretty good then too. I've found this monitoring thing useful, but it kind of makes my brain go a little crazy. If you hear someone say 73, 74, 71, 78 after every turn, I don't want to do this all day long. So just like for a bit to develop a feeling for how much pressure is 70 versus 80 versus 85 versus 95. It's pretty cool. The next thing I did to work on my outside ski pressure, it's something I already can do, but I quite enjoy it. One leg skiing training basically, which is really exciting because you gotta get 16 out of 20 turns pretty good to get to the next level, and 18 levels, wow, it's a leg burner. It's been really exciting. And in order to keep the balance at slow speed, for example, you really got to have nice angulation so that upper body is more straight and that outside leg goes up. And it gradually makes it harder where I have to do it with more speed, generating even higher edge angles and more pressure. It's pretty exciting. All right, start nice and easy. Come on. As I'm doing this, I'm also focusing on that standing on the foot and the foot roll that rolls from middle to out to the big toe. Whew. Almost fell over there. Get a little exciting. My legs were getting tired. Oh, but I like it. It's pushing me, this little thing. Ski IQ, this is an exciting metric. As you see in this bell curve here, you get different levels of ski technique. So 150 plus, there are basically currently out of tens of thousands of people using this, 111 people I think have got a better score than 150, which I got today. And then expert 140-ish, and then advanced 125 to 140 and so on. Like it gives you an average score of a couple of key metrics where your skiing gets compared to world-class skiers and ski instructors. And after a run, I would look at the ski IQ. Was it better? Yes, no. Was it worse? Why? Then I'd scroll through all these metrics on the phone. I would say ski pressure. Okay, I was overcooking it a little bit. I could have a little bit less. Was my turn symmetrical? I find it brilliant. It helps me analyze my skiing and it makes it fun. Fun, that's the key word for me to push myself. I must say I love it. It's great. I'll tell you about my favorite metrics. So let's look at pressure, which was my weakest one. Why was it bad? Yeah, my right turn pressure was 17% greater. Outside ski pressure was right there in the sweet spot at 81%, and they were 82% symmetrical. Like, all right, so you can get that better. Find a flatter slope, make sure I angulate evenly. All the balance there was my best one ever. Forward stand of 78%, freaking sweet. And the foot roll 78. They're still not in the pro zone, but I'll get there soon. Now with the boot mod and everything, I think it'll be pretty sweet. It'll be fun. I like it. I'm gonna keep using this because I'm gonna reach closer to 160. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Give it a little like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.